Ciao ragazzi, eccoci stasera con una nuova chiacchierata per fare la conoscenza con un altro dei protagonisti della prossima Red Bull XAlps 2025. Attesissima 12ª edizione della più appassionante gara di I Can Fly al mondo. Quest'anno FIVL con i suoi canali e con il sottoscritto è stata invitata formalmente e accreditata come media press nella competizione. Quindi saremo presenti nei giorni preparatori allo start, durante la gara e poi durante lo svolgimento saremo di nuovo live con i teams, i piloti, gli organizzatori che man mano avranno modo di collegarsi con noi. Ok, siamo pronti? Questa sera non indugiamo oltre, siamo pronti per parlare con... Ok, questa sera fantastica puntata, abbiamo con noi non solo Nicola Donini, il pilota che intervistavamo questa sera, ma abbiamo anche il piacere di avere con noi Philipp Medicus, che è progettista nuova e quindi ci darà anche un po' di inside dal punto di vista appunto della casa produttrice. So, welcome Nick, thanks to be with us, and thanks Philipp to be with us too.
Hello. Thank you.
Ciao. Okay, good. So, Nick, we go in English because also Philip is here, so we can stay all the three together. So normally, when I start this kind of interview, I ask the pilot to tell something about himself. But with you, absolutely, there is no need because everybody knows you, and especially we at the FIVL Live Nights, we know you very, very well. So. Thanks again to be here with us. I still have in my eyes, every time I think at the Red Bull XAlps, I think about your landing at the end last year when it was an acro landing, fantastic. After so many days of race, you still have the power to do the landing like that, and it was really unbelievable. And so it was so nice to see you 16th, but only one day after the first arrival. So it was really a fantastic race last time.
Yeah, it would be nice actually to be remembered to something else and not for the just for the landing. So, but yes, I don't know why, but I think I was one of the most rested pilot. I mean, I wasn't so tired like the first ones because I know that there are very good pilots that are managing better landings than me. But yeah, last year was amazing. We had very good weather, and so we hope to have the same condition for this edition.
Right. So what do you think, Nick, about the route this year? They say it's going to be the longest route, and you have these 4 times passing up and down the Alps. So it's going to be a very tough route, I believe.
Yes. So the route is not so different from the last edition. I mean, in the last edition, Italy was the last state where we passed through, and this time will be the first one. And but the places, the tour points are basically the same. I think the 90% of the race is the same of the last edition. So I think there will not be big surprise this year. Also because the higher spaces are limiting a lot the choices for the pilot. And so I think, there will not be so many surprises on the flying choices. And yeah, it's going to be tough for sure. Also, the tour point in France will be, a bit tough. Also because we are extending a bit the race route length. So we will see.
Talking about the race path, we see 16 turn points this year. Maybe this is something that will make a lot of pilots following the same ways, or do you believe there will be anyway space for different let's say, different ways of arriving to the end?
Yeah, it's like you said, also because of the airspace. No, you maybe from home you see just the route, and but behind there is many rules to follow. No, so the airspace are limiting a lot the strategy, and yeah, there are a couple of options during the race where everything can choose, and but they are a bit crazy not to take. Like, for example, coming back from Les Alps from France, we can choose to pass through Val d'Aosta or to take the Pedemontana, no? So, but to take the Pedemontana is a big risk because you have to go against the wind to reach the Pedemontana. And then, you know, Pedemontana is a bit slower than flying in the Alps sometimes. So, yeah. Or maybe there will be the situation where, for example, on the north, very north, we will have a fern, but more on the south, no. So, in base of the conditions, maybe we can see different choices from every team, but I think there will not be big different flying choices.
I see. So we will see more or less a race like it was to last edition, where all the pilots are more or less together and flying in the same way, right? So it will be like a Formula One race, arriving again all together.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Philip, thanks again for being with us. Please introduce yourself and tell us something about what you are doing in Nova.
So, I will start from end to finish. So right now I'm the designer at Nova. I am doing this for a bit more than 10 years already. For more than 10 years, I'm the designer at Nova. Before that, so my educational background is mechanical engineering. And even before that, I was always linked to flying since being a child. Before paragliding, I was flying sailplanes. Before flying sailplanes, I was flying and building radio-controlled planes. And before that, I was building paper planes as a small child. So I don't know, flying for some reason was a path through my life until now. Yeah, and recently I'm designing the wings at Nova.
Right. And you are also, I believe, a paraglider too.
Yes. Yeah. I started paragliding in 2001, 2002. Back then I was flying sailplanes actually, and the people in my club said paragliding is kind of shit, and I believed them, but still I started paragliding because I liked the idea of hike and fly. Even though the equipment was super heavy back then. But yeah, in the end, I liked the paragliding more than the people in my club, in my sailplane club told me. And so I stayed with paragliding.
Right. Very good. Yes. So let me ask you about the wing you are not presenting, but you are let's say using at the XAlps. How does a race like this, and this is a question for both of you, push the innovation of a wing? I mean, which are the latest technology improvements that you are developing for the wing?
Well, so the development of the Xenon 2 was quite different than the development of the Xenon 1 for several reasons. First of all, the Xenon 1 was the very first two-liner I built. And secondly, we built the Xenon 1 actually without, I mean, we do have very good test pilots with good technical skills, but none of them are on the cross-country or even XAlps level of Nick or Aaron. So the first XAlps glider we built within our team, and then we were looking for pilots who wanted to fly it. And this time was very different because we had Nick and we had Aaron, and they basically gave me a list of what they wanted to have from the glider. And some of it was kind of surprising because the obvious stuff you would think of is high speed, good performance, high stability. Of course, they want all of this as well, but they were maybe even more focusing on they want to fly, they want the wing to be able to fly very slow, as slow. They want the trim speed as slow as possible to be able to climb in weak conditions. This is something which maybe doesn't come to everyone's mind first. And also despite being super good pilots, they want the wing to be very easy to fly. So they were, and then some other stuff like they want to fly they want the wing to fly in heavy rain and things like this. So the things they wanted from the wing were quite different than what we started for the Xenon 1 for the first wing like 5 years ago. And so, yeah, we started right away with their feedback. We started right away with what both of them were sure was the best XAlps glider in 2023, which maybe no surprise. Yeah, and then, yeah, and we started from there, and Nick and Aaron flew, I don't know, 99%. They did 99% of the testing work, basically.
Yes. And Nick, do you feel the wing really tailored on you now?
Yeah. No, I'm very happy. I'm a bit. Of course, you can say that I'm. I can only speak in a good way for Nova, but I'm really, really happy about the wing. Seriously, I flew it in a race in Bassano 1 week ago, and I was very surprised about the performance, and also compared to the higher class of paragliders. And for me, it was very interesting too, because I'm not testing from long time, and this was my first ENT class glider. And also working with Aaron was very interesting because for him was very important to compare the glider many times to be sure. And so we did a lot of comparisons to be sure that this glider will be good for us for the race. And I think we did a very good job because we improved the glider a lot during these testing sessions, and now we are sure to have a very good gun for the race.
Right. Yeah. So Nick, in 2 editions ago, you made also a movie which was Vulnerability, which won, we remember, the prize at the Kupicar Free Flight Festival. It was very, very famous and so much view all over the world. Are you going to repeat this experience? Do you have some people in the team again trying to do things like this, or not this time?
Unluckily not, because the Registrato that is my friend, thinks that nobody watched the second movie, no, the second like, yeah, the first movie is always good, the second nobody likes it. So this is his thought, and also is a big work. And last time this my friend invest a lot of money for it, and usually for this kind of films maybe it looks not so expensive, but you need if you pay someone like 60 to 80,000 euro, so it's difficult also to find this amount of money.
Sure.
Yeah,
I understand. So, apart from this, how is your team composed? I know that Fiorenzo will follow you as it was in the past, and then how is the other part of the team?
yeah, Fiore, Marco Recchia, that is my physiotherapist and also my personal trainer. Michele Boschi, that will follow that will stay behind the strategy and the weather. And then Sasha Weller, that
Sasha.
Sasha. Yeah, they are 4 supporters, and I think I have one of the best team in the race, because yeah, we already worked together, and also last time we were very in a good mood, and we were working very well during the race.
Right. Philip, I come back to you. Talking about wings, we have seen in the recent years so many new things in wings, lighter fabrics, and then the shark nose, and then the two liners coming, and then so many other new things coming up to the market that probably at the beginning started in the very top level race, but then slowly come down also to the C class and B class eventually. So, how do you see this evolution, and what is in the head of Nova talking about evolution in the next period?
Well, you mean very general, not to XAlps related, actually?
Now, I would like to know about the top level wings, but also it's important, I believe, for normal pilots like me to know something about normal wings, B class,
Yeah,
let's say.
I mean this tendency of the technology going down is for sure. I think it's to some extent it's very often limited by the certification. For example, the fact that now we see two liners in the ENC category. This would have happened earlier if the certification would have allowed it before. So this is not something the manufacturers have to invent or have to make working or have to put lots of research into it. It's something kind of obvious, which has to be allowed by the regulation. And so perhaps basically the only way we would see two liners in the EMB category, for example, is if the regulations change. Otherwise, we won't ever see two liners in the EMB category. And for other features, those shark nose type openings is something which is present in EMB gliders. And maybe going back to the XAlps, I think that the XAlps created a huge pressure on having good performance with low weight. And I think this is really something that spreads out to other gliders. for example, this might sound trivial, but if you compare how many holes are inside the modern XAlps glider and the amount of holes which were considered a lot like 10 or 15 years ago, the difference is really crazy. And I think that maybe the trend would have been the same without the XAlps, but I'm pretty sure that a competition like the XAlps puts more pressure and makes those kind of trends, makes this kind of trend quicker than it would have happened otherwise.
Right. Philip, do you believe this time we will see much more differences in wings or in harnesses?
You mean in terms of performance as well, or in terms of
performance, sure, but also on use on the pilots. I mean, the gear that they will use.
I mean, thanks to Aaron and Nick, I have some insights into how the latest wings perform. And so there seems to be quite a big difference between the good performing and the not so good performing wings. But honestly, if you're asking the number of different wings compared to the last edition, I don't know. I don't know if it's more or less. I would guess I don't think it's more. I would guess it's quite similar. And yeah, I mean the harness evolution or harness revolution is more spectacular than the wing revolution, because the latest wing still look very, very similar to the last edition's wing, whereas the latest harnesses look quite different.
Quite different, yes, sure.
Yeah,
it will be absolutely different.
Yeah.
So Nick, going back to the race, we say before that the route this time starts from Kitzbühel and then comes down directly to Italy. So more or less to the place that you know better, let's say. Which will be your strategy? Try to pull away at the beginning, or is more a conservative way and then keep the strength for the end part of the race?
Yeah, at the beginning doesn't make sense for me to go in front or take some risks. So I will guess that it's gonna be a group flying till the first tour point. Basically, the Red Bull XAlps is like a normal cross country race, but in bigger and longer. So you don't win the race at the first tour point, and also going a bit conservative in the group will save you energy, like you said. And I would prefer to have Italy as a on the last tour points, because then it's keeping you motivated, to
absolutely,
to arrive at home. And but it's also nice to maybe to be more relaxed in the first days. So we will see. This time they put a lot of via ferrata to make tour in the race. This is a bit of shame, because it's I say obligating us to stop a bit the flow of the race, no? I mean, we have to land, make the via ferrata, we will lose the time, and maybe if we are there at midday, it's all time lost for us.
Yeah, this will be for sure something to do with strategy. If you arrive there early in the morning, you are there and you go up and down in, let's say, 4 hours, midday you can be in the air. But if you arrive there and it is 11 or 12 o'clock, and then you have to lose all the very good hours just going up and down, maybe the other pilot makes 100 kilometers more than you in one day. So really, it's gonna be really tricky.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. So, Nick, I believe you are normally always flying, but what do you do when you are not flying?
Actually, I'm not flying so much. Like way less than someone can believe. And like, for example, now usually I'm testing for Nova, and it's there where I fly more. And then I'm always trying to train to get better in the physical part, because I know that I'm a bit weaker than the top athletes in the race. And now I open a tech center here in my own town, so I'm there a bit of time during the week. And this year I started bicycle. That is very nice. I was always a sport that I hated, but I never tried. And yeah, I like a lot of doing bicycle now. And yeah, that's it.
Right. So, Nick, this is a question I ask to all the pilots. For every one of us, there is a magic moment. Can be, I don't know, the flight at the sunset, or flying over the sea, or whatever. What is your magic moment in flying?
But the best of the best is winning a race. This is, I think, one of the best feelings you can have. And but also, yeah, I say, like, arriving at your goals, no? So for me, for example, last time during the Red Bull XAlps, my goal was to finish the race, and I did it, and I was super happy. It was close to win. The feeling was close to win a race, no? And also when at the end of the day you look back and you watch what you did flying wise, no? So for example, in the last edition of the Red Bull XAlps, when I flew above my home place, and that day I did something like 250 kilometer, and at the end of the day I was like very good, feeling very good, and very realized that, no, somehow. And yeah, I don't know, it's but for
Many,
sure,
many different magic moments.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Philip, so what do you expect to see? What is something that you would like to see during the next Red Bull XAlps? What are you looking at? Something, I don't know, some special things from the pilots, or
I mean, I'm looking forward to the Nova pilots perform very well, obviously. So I will. Those are the ones I will follow most closely. And I mean, I look forward, and I'm hoping that the impression we currently have of the glider keeps the same. It's going to be the same after the race, because right now Nicola and Aaron are really optimistic with the equipment they have, and yeah, and if this is going to be the same after the race, I am happy with the development part we made, and yeah, this is the only impact I have, so this is most important for me.
Sure. So, Philip, will you be also at the start of the prologue and also the start of the race?
I haven't any plans regarding it, but it's not too far. for me to drive, so I might
be there. Okay.
Yeah.
Nicola, for you, for sure, we are gonna see you there at the prologue first, and then at the starting on the 15th. And we will be all after you, because you know that you are one of the most loved pilot in Italy. Believe me, I tell you, because I do so many interview with the pilots, and they are all talking very well about you. You are very loved, so it's and also from myself, believe it.
I loved after Aaron, Tobias, and Davide. Then it's me.
No, absolutely not. No, no. So it's gonna be a very nice race, and we are all following you. Even because I heard this year the tracking will be even more improved, and it will be even more easy to follow the pilots. So it's gonna be something good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so all the best for the race. Thanks, Philip, for all the insights from Nova. And grazie ancora, Nick, per essere stato con noi questa sera.
Grazie a voi.
Grazie.
Buonasera.
Okay. Bye, Philip.
Bye.
Buonasera.
Ciao.
Bye.
Ciao.